Hey, Chad here with Speed Addicts, the fast growing gear site on the web. And today we're going to uncrate the Dainese Airframe D1. Before we jump in and tell you all about this jacket on my back at this moment, do us a favor, subscribe to the Speed Addicts channel. It only takes a click, and that way you don't miss out on any of the latest parts or gear coming your way in the industry. Speed Addicts, it's always getting first look. Subscribe, that way you don't miss out. Also, if you'd like to support us here at Speed Addicts, you can do so by shopping with us. We make it real easy. There's going to be a link in the description below. They'll take you right over to the listing for the Dainese Airframe D1 jacket. While you're over at speedaddicts.com, feel free to shop for any other parts or gear you might need for your next two-wheel adventure, and we do appreciate your support. Without any further ado, we are looking at the Dainese Airframe D1 jacket today. This is a lightweight mesh jacket with armor in the elbows, shoulders, and optional, sold separately, back protector. This thing is exceptionally light, like light. And I don't think it brings a very high level of slide protection because the materials are so lightweight, but it breathes very well and it feels almost like a casual jacket because the nylon is so light. Now, to overcome that, they've done some things with the armor to, cover your assets if you should slide. It does have a hard plastic shell. I'm going to get into more detail, but let's back up. You have multiple colorways available to you. I'm wearing the black on black on black. $2.99 makes one yours. There's also women's sizes available. CE level 1 certified armor in the elbows and shoulders. Like I said, the back protector is sold separately. The fit is also great. When it comes to Euro brands, sometimes you run into some snags. It runs like too slim or too small, but what I found is that this Dainese Airframe D1 jacket runs rather true. I'm wearing the 56 in Euro. When you go over to speedaddicts.com and shop for Dainese, you're going to see it listed in Euro sizes, and you will have to translate that to your US size using that size chart we're going to provide you. So a 56 is equivalent to a US 46, and I'd say that's pretty true. I'm usually kind of right around 44, 46, depending on how I'm doing at the gym at that moment. I'm 220 pounds and 6'2", and this 56 fits me great, and it has the armor in it right now, and it feels very comfortable, nice place to be. So I'm going to tell you that this jacket runs true to size. Now, when you are shopping for gear online, make sure you're shopping for your motorcycle gear with us here at Speed Addicts, because we're going to hook you up with no cost returns. We know that you don't always get it right the first time when it comes to size, so we're going to give you that free return label in a few clicks. We're not going to nickel and dime you like those corporate moto outfits. We're going to treat you like family. Just make sure you live in lower 48 states to participate and that the gear is brand new and original condition with the tags and all that sort of good stuff. Okay, let's get back to the jacket here. So it's a quick, dry chassis. All these panels that you see that look like mesh are mesh. So we have a lot of mesh coverage. Some other jackets, they'll say they're mesh, but it's really just kind of a strip across the chest. Not here, this is true mesh. Now, there is a nylon liner on the inside that you can snap out if you want to really go, all mesh. But I typically advise against that. When you don't have any sort of liner, you're just going like mesh on a t-shirt and you're riding for any decent amount of time, it's really gonna dry you out. It sounds crazy, but you're basically like dehydrating yourself at some sort of crazy multiple. Leave that in. It's meant to work that way. It's gonna keep you nice and cool. And one thing that you might not know is that riding in a mesh jacket is often cooler than riding in just a t-shirt, because it's actually keeping the sun off your skin. It's kind of crazy. If you ride in a t-shirt and then try in the same temperatures to ride with the mesh, you're gonna notice that this is keeping you cooler. There's a reason you see those guys working on the road. They're not wearing just t-shirts most of the time. They want to keep the sun off of them and get that airflow. That is what you're gonna accomplish here. Now let's talk about the armor. You have armor up in the shoulders and in the elbow, and the protector, if I pull tight, you can see it runs down to about here. So it's not just your standard elbow cup. It's got a full forearm protector, which is quite nice. This is a great commuter jacket because it's so lightweight and it has a nice, somewhat casual look for a mesh motorcycle jacket, keep you cool and all that sort of stuff. But because the material is so light, they've actually gone with a plastic shell on this. The other side is soft, and it's got a joint here. It flexes with you. Real comfortable armor, but it's going to give you that slide protection because I just don't think that the fabric chassis is going to last that long because it's got that nice, soft, kind of thin, lightweight feel to it. And same on the shoulder. So you have a hard plastic cup with that foam padding underneath. Now on the back, they have 2 levels of back protectors. You can go with the G1 or the G2, depending on how much spine protection the pocket is built in right there. Now let's talk about pockets and zippers. You have your first zipper right here, just like so. And then up on the collar, there are 2 options for the snaps. You're gonna wanna make sure you snap this thing, otherwise this is gonna blow around. Some other jackets, they forego the snap and they just have a zip up, and that way you don't have to mess with the snap every time. I kind of like that. But here you at least have 2 options to kind of cinch this up, some adjustability there to fit all different types of necks. On the arm adjustment, we have 2 snaps here to hold the armor in place. On the first setting, down the forearm, and then one up at the top. I like the snaps as opposed to the elastic cables. They're lighter weight, less stuff hanging off you. Again, it kind of gives it more of like a sleek look. Down on the arm, we have your typical kind of wrist zipper here to cinch up your cuff, accordion, and they finish it off with a really nice nylon design, kind of a little swoop cut there. And the cuff is pretty big, so it's fitting over my watch without any sort of problem. Again, making a nice option for commuting without being too snug down here. And you might have trouble fitting this into a glove. You're going to want to wear maybe a short cuff and put that underneath. As far as pockets go, you have 2 outer pockets and 1 inner. These are not mesh. These actually are kind of finished off, so your stuff isn't blowing in the breeze here in the mesh. And then let's show you the interior pocket on the airframe D1. They have it hidden underneath your liner here. Like I said, there's 1 additional pocket that is all mesh, and that's where they hide the manual there, if you're wondering out of the box. Okay, you have a jacket to pants system on the back. If I flip this over. And one thing I will say is that the length is, for someone 6'2" like me, it's a little borderline if I was gonna be on a sport bike. If I'm on anything else with a more neutral riding position, gonna have no problems. But if I'm really wrenched over, I would like a little bit more coverage here. Unless you're connecting it to pants, then you're good to go. If you're shorter than me, you definitely won't have any problems in these larger sizes. Cinch here, Velcro, no surprises there. That about does it for the Dainese Airframe D1. 1-year warranty from those Italians to cover your butt. If you got any more questions, rider support is standing by at speedaddicts.com, where you can always talk to a human over the phone, email, or live chat. Appreciate y'all for watching. We'll see you next time to find out what's in the crate.